It's day 5 of Daphne Designs. If you remember from the last episode, we're trying to age up these cats so we can make a neon. We still have a lot of decorating to do to our house so that we can be able to trade it. I'm going to set up my trading stand in the center of town so that we can get trades while we're decorating. You don't see it very often, but I am actually aging up my pets sometimes. Sometimes I focus on decorating the house, and sometimes I'm aging up my pets just so I can get bucks so that I can decorate my house. We got this offer for our neon cat, and they offered us a neon brachiosaurus. The brachiosauruses don't take that much more to age up, but I actually do think they're probably worth a little bit more than our neon cat, and I think we could probably get a good offer for one. So I'm definitely going to take this offer. We really need to start working on adding in a bunch of details to make our house feel like it's filled. Right now it's just pretty plain with just the carpet and the windows and the furniture. I don't know why, but I decided to change out the lamps in this, in the living room on either side, on the side tables on either side of the couch. Honestly, I think the lamps that are there look just fine, but I just wanted something maybe a little bit larger to take up a little bit more space. So if you're following along, there's no need to really change out the lamps if you don't want to. It's just whichever lamp that you like the best there. After changing out the lamps, we just need to add quite a few things to this back table that's behind our couch because we need to make it look like it's actually decorated or filled up. I decided to start with this fancy table lamp back behind on that table because I can make it pretty big and make it kind of like a base for my other items. I'm going to make this one white because it's kind of busy, and I tried out a couple different colors on it to begin with and it just looked kind of funny, so I'm going to just make the whole thing white. Then I'm going to clone that piece that I really like on that other side table. It's actually called the biodome fridge. I think I like it as opposed to other things because if you get a pet bed or something like that, it's going to have a little button on it the whole time while it's sitting back there. But I guess this thing is a fridge. It doesn't look anything like a fridge, and I really like it on tabletops. I mean, I use it in almost all of my houses. I really like most of the items that actually come from the biodome house, so if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I use them quite frequently. I just think that they look really girly, and to me they actually look like items that I would maybe want in my house or that I would decorate with, I guess. Then we got this offer for our Tan Chow Chow, and the Tan Chow Chows are actually pretty good ultra rares. I love them, but they offered us a bunny, and you could get a bunny just for about any pet in the game. So I definitely told them no thank you. Then right after that trade, we actually got this offer for our Tan Chow Chow, and it's a mushroom friend, and I was definitely going to accept this, and I'm not sure why this person offered it, but they declined before we could even go through with the trade. Then back to that biodome fridge that we actually cloned, and guys, I'm going to change the color on this so they don't look like they're exactly the same piece. Then I know I want to have a little grinding place for my pet so we can take care of our pet right inside the door. If you remember from another episode when we put in this mystic stone table, I actually said that I was adding it, well, it's pretty cool, but also so we could hide some of the things. So I'm actually going to hide a litter box in there. And then I'm also going to hide a shower in there for our pet. So I'm going to use the winter pet potty, and I think it's supposed to be snow or something, but we're going to make it look like it actually fits on this table, and we're going to make the stone part or the ice part look like it's green. That way we could just set it right on the table right next to the water and actually make it look like it blends in completely so you don't even hardly know that it's there. So now you can't even see it. You can just see the button that you can click on if your pet needs to use the litter box. Next, I'm going to use this Korean pet bed that just looks like a bunch of pillows laying on the floor. I really like using this one, especially because it's just so simple. Next, I'm going to use this tin tub shower, and mainly I'm going to use this one because it's going to blend in really good underneath our table that we have over here. We're just going to make the colors all white, every color is just going to be white, and then we're just going to push it or move it under that table so you can't even see it. I love building in those items over here for our grinding area because we can't see them and yet we can still use them. It just makes everything look not so busy over there. I also decided to use this pile of pillows or whatever. I think it's under the comfort. I'm just going to place it right on top of this pet bed and move it around a little bit, and then that way we can add in more than 1 or 2 colors. I really love the idea of these pillows, but every time I go to place them on something, I feel like they just don't sit the right way. I know you can angle them and stuff like that, but it just seems like I never get them quite right. Next, to save some money, I'm just going to move this pet feeder thing from the other room into this room right next to those pillows. I like the way this looks over here because it's not too busy, but I do want to add an arch, and then I'm going to add another arch and size it down just just to fit right underneath it. I just think it'll look like really cute, and it'll just kind of define our space over here, like for our pet grinding area. Yeah, I think that looks really cute. I find that I really like to use these arches. It almost seems like when I find a piece that I really like, then I use it like over and over again. So I'm going to take another one of these arches and I'm going to size it way down, and I'm actually going to put it on one of the tables on one side of the couch. But I'm going to change the color so it doesn't look exactly the same. And if you remember, on the other side, on the other table, we have like a rainbow. But I think it'll just be like a nice way to add a little bit of color over there. I really think that this table back behind the couch is missing some stuff. Like it just seems like it needs some more items back there on the table. So I decided to put these candles back there and just see what they look like. With all these lights everywhere, I just feel like it's too bright and it's really hard to see in here. So I'm just going to turn off the lights just while I'm decorating, and then I'll turn them back on like before I put our house portrait. That way we can definitely see what's on all these tables, because it's almost like blinding with all the lights right now. Then we got this offer for our Tian Chow Chow, and they actually added in 3 cold cubes. Were actually all ultra rares, just like the Tian Chow Chow. Then they added in a swordfish, which I don't love, but they added a winter doe, and they added a blossom snake. I feel like we would only need one more cold cube and then we could try to make a neon, and I love the blossom snake, and I think that we could easily trade the winter doe. So I definitely accepted this offer. I've been working on aging up these cats, and so we're ready to make another neon cat. You guys know that I love to make these low tier pets neons and trade them, because I just feel like it's the easiest way to get rich in the game. And cats are one of the easiest pets to get in the game, and they're absolutely adorable when you make them a neon. But back to decorating. Guys, I definitely feel like this table back here, like it just doesn't look right, and we need to add some stuff and we need to change some stuff around. I decided that I'm going to take the round lamp and I'm actually going to make it larger, and then I'm going to place that other piece, like the biodome fridge, like in front of it. I think I like the way that that looks a lot better than before. I'm going to come back to it because I think it still needs something, but I'm going to go ahead and start working on this bedroom. I'm just going to move these showers to the bathroom so we can use them if we want to later. And the same with this litter box. And then I'm actually going to take these pianos and I'm going to size them down quite a bit, and then I'm going to put them under the table inside the living room. I think they actually look like they blend in very well on the underneath of this table. You don't really notice them, but they're there if we need them. And I'm definitely sure that we will use them when that task pops up. Next, I'm going to choose a canopy bed because I don't know why, but they're just my favorites. I don't really feel like there's a lot of stuff to choose from, like when we are actually decorating our house, and so I feel like I reuse the same stuff a lot. And this canopy bed is one of those things that I use a lot. Then I'm just going to sell the cribs because they're pretty plain and I just don't think that we're going to use them. Of course, you could use them somewhere. You could hide them under the bed or something like that if you wanted to. This room is so tiny. I don't really like the tiny homes. They're just not my favorite, but I just kept moving around the bed to see which way it fit in the room the best way. Then I just want to add a rug underneath it. The rugs definitely add a lot to the rooms. Usually I feel like I try to angle the rugs, but for some reason it just wasn't fitting in this room properly, and I think it's because we actually added those pillars to the sides or in the corners. So really I just tried to size it to where it actually looked like it fit in the room. And then I just wanted to change the bedding to match the pink color that we have going on, or the theme. And I actually really love the gold color that the bed came with. And if you remember, we actually have some gold accents in the living room, and I just want to kind of make sure that they both match each other. Sometimes the gold color, it can just look off, especially if they're not all matching. Then we got this trade while we were trying to decorate, and they actually offered for our neon cat, and they offered us a legendary, guys. They offered us this ice moth dragon, and I'm definitely going to accept this trade. The ice moth dragons aren't the best legendary in the game or anything like that, but I actually think they're pretty cute. And this is definitely a good trade for us, especially since all we had was this neon cat. I know I want to add a window in here, and for some reason this window just isn't looking right, and I know later on I actually switch it out, and I'm not actually sure if I show that on the video or not, but I'm actually going to put that window there, and then I'm going to put another window on the same wall in the bathroom, and then I'm going to add curtains to either side of it so it actually matches the living room area. Of course you could just clone everything and move it in, but sometimes it just seems it's easier to just pull it up right there where you're at. But then I always make sure to go back to other things, for instance the curtains, and I'm going to actually copy the color off of it and then put it up on the curtains like in the bedroom and in the bathroom so that the curtains match the ones in the living room. And then I'm going to add a side table here, and guys, this is actually like the same table that we used in the living room like a couple different places. And I just want to make sure that the bottom of it actually like matches the gold like in the rest of the room. Then I'm going to add a lamp to the table, and then after I do a couple things like in a room, I'll just kind of step back and see if I think like everything looks like it's lined up correctly. Also, I'm going to take the gold color from one of the items and then I'm just going to like move it to every other item. Or like I said earlier, I'm just going to make all the gold colors match. I told you I really didn't like how this back table like looks. I mean, I think the stuff on it's fine, but I wanted to add some like candlesticks because they're just like taller. I know you can't see the items on the table like very well anyways, but I just want to add like some items that break up the window that you're looking at. Like so that when you look at it from back here or like from the door or something, you actually think like there's some stuff on the table. So it's so bright over there, you can't really tell what it is, but you just know that it's filled with stuff. I want some color, and so I'm going to add a plant, and you know how I like to do, I like to like double it and then like pull it up or make it larger and then kind of turn it. So it just makes the plant look like better and fuller, I guess. Again, I just get like so bored looking at the same old plants like that you can pull up and like use each time. So I've really kind of just started like adding plants together and like kind of making my own. I'm liking how that's looking so much better, and I think I'm just going to add like a smaller little plant like over here with this other stuff. Then we had these other candles that I had pulled off earlier, and I kind of set on the floor over here to the right side of the couch. We don't have very much room over there, and I want you to be able to like walk from here into the bathroom, into the bedroom, like all the way around without anything being in your way. So I decided to add this trash can and then flip it over. Like I just wanted like a little tabletop to put our candles on top of. Again, I don't want that in the way, so I'm just gonna like push it back to the curtain as far as I can or to the wall so we can still walk through there without it like seeming like it's in the way. I really like the look of that, but I think I'm going to change the table or the trash can color like to that gold color or like a pale yellow, just so it kind of stands out a little bit. Then I definitely want to fill up a little bit more space, so I'm going to add this bookcase. It's definitely going to look like it's like built into the wall over there. The only thing that I have trouble with like when I do these bookcases is like changing the color of the books, because I don't know why, but I just like mess with them until I get the coloring right. I know I'll probably come back to this and still change some book colors around because I don't know why. It just like sometimes I'll just be like, oh, there's too much pink or whatever color. So if you're doing this build, then just like change the colors to whatever you want them to be. I think the bookcase is just a little big, so I'm going to make it a little bit smaller because it was just taking up too much space there. I really like using the bookcases because I feel like it pulls in like a lot of color into the room. And back to the bedroom, I just wanted to add like a food bowl and a water bowl so that there's plenty of stuff to take care of our pet, like if we step into this bedroom. Or you know how sometimes you're in your house and like your friend's there or some random person's there and they also want to be taking care of their pet, we can always go to this bedroom and like do some of the tasks for our pet. Then I just want to tuck like the litter box like under the table over on the side of the bed. And again, I always have to mess with the colors because I just want to make sure that they look right like in the room. Also, I absolutely love the stuff from the Biodome house, and I'm going to take one of the pet beds and I'm actually going to shrink it down and put it on top of the little tabletop. It'll look like a cute little item on our table, but we can always use it as a pet bed. Guys, I'm absolutely loving how this house is turning out so far, and I just want to go ahead and like get started on this bathroom, but I have a feeling we're going to have to do the rest the next episode. I'm just going to add some double vanities or a double vanity to this bathroom because I just think it looks better when it's a double vanity. And then make sure I change like the hardware to gold so it goes with the rest of the theme of the house. And then we'll add like a mirror above the sinks. And then hopefully in the next episode we can get this bathroom decorated so we can get our house for trade. So I hope you'll join me for the next episode. Bye guys, until next time.